Hello again and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Sherlock Holmes, one of the most stylish and clever mystery movies ever made. Now everyone knows Sherlock Holmes as the smartest detective in the world. But in this story, he faces something very different. A case where logic clashes with something that looks like magic. We're in Victorian London, a dark, dangerous city full of secrets. And very early on a man appears, claiming he can come back from the dead. So the real question is this supernatural power? Or is it the smartest trick Sherlock Holmes has ever faced? Let's get into it. Now everyone knows Sherlock Holmes as the smartest detective in the world. But this movie asks a very simple question. What happens when logic meets something that looks like magic? We're in Victorian London. The city is dark, dangerous, and full of fear. And right from the start, we're thrown into chaos. The movie opens at night, inside an abandoned temple. A secret cult is performing a ritual sacrifice, led by a man named Lord Blackwood. Just as the victim is about to be killed, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson burst in. Now here's the thing about Holmes. He doesn't just fight. He calculates. In his mind, he predicts every punch, every movement, every second. And then he executes the plan perfectly. In seconds the fight is over. The victim is saved. And Blackwood is arrested. At this point, it feels like the case is already solved. But trust me, it's just beginning. Blackwood is accused of multiple murders and sentenced to death. And honestly, he's way too calm about it. Before the execution, he asks to see Sherlock Holmes one last time. And instead of begging, Blackwood makes a promise. He tells Holmes that death won't stop him. That he'll come back. Holmes, of course, doesn't believe a word of it. Blackwood is hanged in front of witnesses. His heart stops. His body is buried. Case closed. Or at least that's what everyone thinks. A few days later, London is shaken by shocking news. Blackwood's grave has been opened. And the coffin is empty. Now people are terrified. Rumors spread fast. Some believe Blackwood has supernatural powers. Others think he made a deal with the devil. But Holmes doesn't panic. Because Holmes doesn't believe in magic. He believes in tricks. When he investigates the grave, he notices small details, things no one else sees. And almost immediately, he realizes the truth. Blackwood never truly died. Someone wanted the world to believe he did. While all this is happening, Holmes is dealing with something else. Watson is changing. Watson is engaged. He wants to leave Baker Street and live a normal life. Holmes pretends he doesn't care. But the truth is obvious. Without Watson, Holmes loses his balance. Still, there's no time for emotions. Because Blackwood is killing again. This is where things get even more complicated. Irene Adler returns. She's smart, dangerous, and always one step ahead. She gives Holmes a strange box and warns him never to open it. She claims she's working for someone far more powerful. Holmes knows she's lying. But he also knows she's part of the puzzle. And every puzzle has a solution. As Blackwood's followers continue murdering powerful men. Each death looks impossible. Victims die without visible wounds. Witnesses describe supernatural events. London is panicking. But Holmes sees the pattern. This is important, remember this. Every miracle has a scientific explanation. Every spell is just chemistry. Every resurrection is carefully planned deception. Blackwood isn't using magic. He's using fear. Now here's the interesting part. Holmes discovers Blackwood's true goal. Blackwood wants to control England by terrifying its leaders. If people believe he's unstoppable, they won't resist him. Behind the scenes, he uses hidden tunnels, machines, and chemicals to fake divine power. In other words, the dead man walking is nothing more than a brilliant liar. During a warehouse fight, Holmes is captured. And at first it looks like a mistake. But it is. Holmes wanted this. In prison, Blackwood finally reveals everything. He explains his plan to take political control and rule from the shadows. Holmes listens carefully. Every word matters. Because now, the final move has begun. Everything leads to Tower Bridge, still under construction. Blackwood plans one last performance. A public miracle that will make him untouchable forever. Holmes and Watson race against time. The bridge turns into a battlefield. Steel cables snap. Machines collapse. Fists fly. Holmes fights not with brute strength, but with perfect timing and calculation. Every step is planned. Every move has a reason. One by one, Holmes exposes Blackwood's tricks. The chemicals. The hidden devices. The illusion of resurrection. Cornered by his own lies, Blackwood loses control. And in the end, there is no magic. Only gravity. Blackwood falls from the bridge. And this time he dies for real. As the chaos settles, Holmes appears to die as well. Watson is devastated. But of course Holmes survives. Because Sherlock Holmes always has one final trick. Before the movie ends, we see a new figure watching from the shadows. Professor Moriarty. The real game has just begun. Watson decides to stay. Holmes returns to Baker Street. London sleeps peacefully for now. Because as long as crime exists, as long as lies hide behind fear, Sherlock Holmes will always be there to expose the truth. So yeah, that's Sherlock Holmes. A smart, stylish mystery where logic beats illusion. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and follow for more movie breakdowns like this. More stories are coming very soon.